Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is D Dunn here, the most chill COD player. Today, I really want to talk about the terrorist attack that happened in Orlando, Florida. I'm sure you guys all know about it, so I'll spare you the details because I'm sure you know them already. But what I really want to talk about is some of the reasons why people are citing that this event occurred, because there seems to be actually a lot of division on exactly what the root cause of this was. So some people cite gun control, others cite religion. Some people claim it's just an anti-homosexual attack. Some people have cited mental instability. And I just kind of want to give my thoughts on all these subjects. And I would encourage you guys to just listen, keep an open mind. Again, these are my opinions, and you're more than welcome to disagree or question my ideas. But yeah, so let's get into it. So first of all, like I said, some people say, and actually this is a pretty popular thing to say, is that this is all because of gun control or lack thereof. People say that if this guy couldn't have got his hands on assault rifles, then these shootings wouldn't have happened. To some extent, I think that is true. I think maybe not as many people would have died if he wasn't carrying an assault rifle. But at the same time, a gun's a gun. A bullet in a 22 will still kill a bullet just as easily as one from a 30-06. It's just really a matter of what type of gun it is that determines how many people you can kill. But a gun of almost any caliber can still kill someone. So what do we do about gun control, and should this spur politicians into action to start regulating guns more? I think absolutely. Personally, myself, I actually own 3 guns. I use them for hunting and for sport purposes only. And it's, people like to say that it's a Second Amendment right, but to me, that's completely negated. One, for the fact that the basis of the Second Amendment is that you can own guns in order to overthrow a government that has become oppressive to the people. That law was also written before there was semi-automatic and fully automatic assault rifles, and that is something to take into consideration, because this point has been made by other people. But if someone walked into a school or a church or whatever and tried to shoot everyone with a musket, he wouldn't get very far because it takes you 5 minutes to reload. And that's kind of the point, is that the laws, when they were written, weren't written to dictate modern technology and how far we've come with our weaponry. So I think that there definitely should be some sort of legislation to prevent people from purchasing guns, especially someone who was on the terrorist, like some sort of terrorist watch list for the U.S. government, the FBI. He was investigated for terrorist acts or claims of terrorist attacks, but yet he was still able to purchase an assault rifle, and I think that says a lot. A lot of people said, well, if everyone just owned guns, then we wouldn't have this problem. And that's still just people killing people with guns. No matter what way you look at it, that's still just people killing other people with guns, period. So I think that this should inspire people to pass legislation that will regulate gun control a little bit more heavily. And you know what, if that means that I have to give up my deer hunting rifle and something I use to shoot like squirrels and rabbits, then so be it. I could care less. Next, according to reports, the guy who did the shootings on his way to the nightclub called 911, stating exactly what he was going to do. And in addition to that, he also said that he was doing this as his pledge to join ISIS. So religious implications are involved. From everything I've read, no one has tried to refute that statement that he has claimed to be part of a radical Islamic group, or at least wants to be involved with that group. Obviously he's dead now, so he's not going to be a very active part of that group. But there are certainly religious implications that you have to consider in an act like this when someone claims to do it. in the name of a radical religious group. So just like any other religion where there are extremists who claim extraordinary claims and say extraordinary things and say, like the Westboro Baptist Church, who, think that, they're probably applauding people. And I have seen Christian pastors coming out publicly and saying that they are glad that all of these people are dead because they're gay. They think that they did society a service by killing everyone. I've even seen clips from a minister who was saying that he said the true tragedy was that more people didn't die, which I find unfathomable, that people could use religion as a shield to promote so much hate and violence. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. And again, those people are extremists, just like ISIS is an extremist Islamist group. But to some extent, you have to point the finger at religion. I mean, he claimed to be part of a religious terrorist group. So to some extent, you have to question those religious beliefs. Obviously not all Islamic people are terrorists, and obviously not all Christians condone this sort of violence and say that all gays and fags should die and be shot and burned in hell. But you still have to question bad ideas and bad motives based off those bad ideas. So religion definitely plays a part. And some people have also said that he was just, mentally unstable, which could be the case. I don't know if we'll ever know that for a fact. You also have people who just say it's another attack on the gay community. And obviously, he went to a gay nightclub, and, for a reason. There is, anti-gay scripture in the Quran. And it says that homosexuals should be thrown off tops of buildings. It says that, homosexuality should be punishable by death. And obviously, the person who did these attacks took that very literally, took it upon himself to act on those scriptures. I think it's probably only a matter of time before this inspires people of other religions, especially Christianity, to go out and start shooting people too. But to kind of come back around full circle, whether you are mentally unstable, whether you are Christian or Muslim or atheist, whatever, religious sect you come from, if you can't go out and buy a gun, and you can't go out and buy an assault rifle that can kill 20 people in a single clip, then you wouldn't have mass shootings like this. And that's just a fact. If you can't get your hands on a gun, then you can't shoot guns to kill people. I feel like that's a pretty logical line of reasoning here. And out of all these things, I think it's really difficult to say, out of anything, that one specific thing is the cause for an act of violence like this. Like I said, you can blame gun control because, a crazy person got a gun, or you can say that, if Muslims weren't allowed in America, then you wouldn't have people trying to purchase guns to kill people, in the name of Islam. And, all of those are perfectly logical lines of reasoning. I think they are flawed, but I can see where people are coming from. But I think really the main point here is that it doesn't matter. Gun control has flaws. Religion has flaws. Maybe this guy's mind had flaws. Wanting to seek out homosexuals and kill them, obviously that line of reasoning is also flawed, at least in my opinion. So to say that it's just one thing, I think, is also a flawed line of logic. I think you have to look at the situation as a whole, and I think overall you really just got to realize, my biggest takeaway from this personally was seeing all these different viewpoints. But to me, I think the big thing here is it really doesn't matter Rather, the people in the nightclub are gay. It doesn't matter if it was a gay nightclub. It doesn't matter if it was a school shooting or the shooting that happened in the movie theater or, you know, the Boston Marathon bombing. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that people are dying whenever they don't have to die and whenever they shouldn't die. Innocent people are dying. Rather they're gay, rather it's done by a Muslim, against Muslims, against atheists or Christians, straight people, old people, or kids. It doesn't matter. The fact is that innocent people are dying, and they're dying based off bad ideas. And we have to openly and be able to openly and willingly discuss and challenge ideas and thought processes that may have worked in the past but are obviously not working now, because violent acts like this are happening everywhere all the time, and they seem to be becoming more and more frequent. And unless we're questioning these ideas that are the basis of these attacks, then I don't think we're ever going to see progress and ever start to see a reduction in these. So that's my 2 cents on it, and that's my thoughts on these ideas. Once again, you're more than welcome to challenge my ideas, question them, ask me questions, but please do be respectful. If you do have an opinion, I encourage you to state it, but do so thoughtfully. But I would love to discuss it with anyone. So you can do that here on YouTube in the comment section, or if you'd like to follow, talk to me on Twitter, links in the description. I hope I get to talk to you guys about it, because it's definitely something that, like I said, needs to be talked about. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video and you enjoyed this content, a like rating is also appreciated. And again, if you dislike it, that's fine. We can discuss it. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, want to check out some others that I have and subscribe, I would also appreciate that, so we can talk and debate in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.